And there is Brandon Figueroa himself, the Heartbreaker. Brandon, how are you?
I'm doing good. Just waiting for fight night.
Brandon, let's talk about your fight coming up in about a few days' time. What's going through your mind as you get set to collide against Luis Nery?
All the hard work has been done. Just maintain the weight, focus on the weight right now, tweak a little bit on my game plan. But other than that, we're ready to go. The hard work has been put, like I said, and it's just time to go.
So have you been, I know you're from Weslaco, Texas. You're very proud of being there in the Rio Grande Valley area. But I saw you 2 weeks ago at your brother Omar's fight. Have you been training predominantly in the Los Angeles area?
In California with Joe Diaz. Well, we're using his facility, but so a big shout out to Joe Diaz for letting us, train there. And yeah, we've been out here in California for almost a month and a half.
Okay, so with you being, you were there at your brother's last fight. Before we get into your fight, but, how's Omar doing? Is he okay? I know it was a tough night at the office for him, but how's he feeling?
No, he's great. He's in good spirits. He's back home with his kids. Nothing more that I want than him to be healthy and back home and happy. And, he's going to come out here to watch me fight and put on a show. So, he's in good spirits. He's great. He's came out the hospital healthy and everything. So that's all I could ask for.
Well, let's talk about your fight. Main eventing, before we get to Luis Nery, but main eventing, and you've main evented before on FS1 and everything else, but now, this is more of a primetime slot for you. At only 24 years of age, did you ever think that things would come this fast for you as a professional?
No, but I did want these big fights. I did want to, start fighting these world-class level fighters and start accumulating belts. And this is a dream, this is a dream of mine and all my hard work. And I just can't wait, to be honest, to go out there and fight and do what I love and do what I do best and do what I love to do, which is fight and just be in there and in the ring where I'm most comfortable. And I don't know, I just can't wait. But yeah, this is everything that I dreamed of, and I just can't wait to put it all together.
How excited are you to know that it's not going to be hard to find Luis Nery? You know what he brings to the table. He throws a lot of punches and bunches. He's very fast, and he loves to mix it up on the inside.
That's something that, that's what I love to do, go in there, mix it up. Definitely, the difference is I can box, brawl, switch left, righty, punches from my angles. It's going to be a great night of boxing. What else can I say? It's going to be an exciting night. I'm going to make sure I'm going to take it to him. I'm going to make sure that, he feels that I'm a for real fighter and that I just go out there and give it my all.
Do you feel that because of your quote-unquote boyish looks and, how you do like to mix it up on the inside, but do you think that he might be thinking, okay, he's a good-looking kid, but he doesn't have that ability to really mix it up and get into the trenches? Do you feel that he might be thinking that way?
I feel like most of my opponents have underestimated me. The outcome is I always come out there and dominate them and just go out there and just show them that I'm the stronger fighter. Definitely, I know he's gonna go in there underestimating me and my abilities. But this Saturday night, I feel like it's a different Brandon. I trained tremendously for this fight. I'm in tremendous shape, and my condition is even better. So if you thought that in my past fights I was throwing a lot of punches, but I can just imagine what this fight is going to bring out of me, because I'm ready to go out there and give a firefight and just have war. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm pumped, I'm motivated, and nothing all, but I trained really hard for this fight. So I just can't wait to go out there and just give fans a good show.
Your last fight was at the end of September. You defeated Damian Vasquez. But what really impressed me, Brandon, is that you could have coasted to a decision, but instead you really stepped on the gas to try to get him out of there. What clicked on in your mind to make sure that you went ahead and you got the stoppage?
Just my hard work. You just know that I have the ability to do that, so why not? That's the sport of boxing. You go in there to dominate, and especially because he was talking and saying that he was going to come give me a Mexican war, which I knew once he felt my power, once he felt my pressure, I knew he wasn't going to want to stand in front of me, and that's exactly what happened. And not only that, but I mean, it's just accumulation of things that, that's my style. My style is to go out there and dominate and put pressure and just make sure that I break you down. And that's exactly what I did to him.
In terms of getting ready for Luis Nery, not giving away your game plan, but what are some things? Have you done anything differently? Have you picked up on some things or really intensified certain aspects of your training for this caliber of opponent?
Yes, sir. Of course, always, we're always trying to get better. We're always trying to improve our style, improve my game plan. And definitely, I felt more explosive, more stronger, more powerful in my punches, just quicker, faster, my footwork. We tried to work on everything that we could this training camp. And I feel like Saturday night, I mean, if my condition is just going to be on another level, and I feel it. I feel strong. My weight has been coming down really, really, really good. And I just can't wait. Honestly, I'm just excited to go out there and just prove not only to myself, but to everyone that, I belong in a world-class stage.
When I look at you and your brother, Omar, you guys are different people. I think you're totally different people, but I think that you take away some of his motor that, he's aggressive, likes to come forward. I mean, he can go a full 12 rounds if you allow him to. Do you take away some of those aspects from your older brother as well?
I mean, yeah. I mean, my dad's the one that implemented, that pressure style of fighting, and that style that has worked so well in our careers. And a lot of people don't like it, but I mean, it's just exciting. I mean, who doesn't like exciting fighters? But yeah, I mean, even to this day, we've tried to improve my style and try to make it better. And definitely, I feel like this fight is going to be, nonetheless, I'm going to go out there and at 110% and just, do what I do best, which is go out there and fight and rough it out and make sure that I come out with my hand on top.
One item that I don't think people realize is you did not have the easiest road to get to this point, because I remember in the early days of PBC, 2015, 2016, you were fighting at Cowboys Dance Hall, the first TV fight, if you remember, and that's in San Antonio. And there was one particular night where your brother was commentating. It was on, I forgot what network it was. And they were going ahead, and it was like half of the place was a cowboy, like a dance hall in a party. And then the other half was for the boxing. I don't know if you remember that. And the fans came out and they were sitting in the bleachers. But how crazy is it to think about your journey full circle? You've been around it for such a long time, and you're only 24 years of age.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy road, and that's what boxing is all about. You put in the hard work, and you see the benefits later, all the sacrifices you put in. And yeah, I was actually talking about that with another interview, that I was in the dressing room, just tarp and just the dirt from where the bulls run around, the horses, and just with a little arena on the other side of the ring. And it's just crazy, it's just crazy that this journey is so beautiful, but yet, like, it's just hard, it's just tough. And that's why a lot of boxers don't make it, because it's not for everyone. It's the ones that are consistent, dedicated, and have passion for this that will reach their goals. And I feel like I never give up. Ever since I was 7, I never give up on my dreams. And look at me now, I'm 24 years old, 21-0, fighting for a unification belt. And for main event, not only that, but main event in Carson, California. And it's just amazing. It's just a big opportunity, thank God. And I'm just so happy to give fans what they want, which is a show. And I'm going to go out there and just do what I do best, which is fight.
What does that mean for you when you see your name on the marquee and they're advertising it on television, and, you see, Nery and Figueroa? Does it kind of hit you a little bit that your name is right there on the marquee?
I feel like it's right now I'm just focused on the fight, but I know maybe after, if everything goes as planned, God willing, come out with the win, I feel like everything will just come full circle for me and just be like, wow, everything that I accomplished. But first, I just want to get to this fight and make sure that I win, do the best of my ability. And maybe after, I'll probably reminisce and just, take a look back and just see everything that, that this journey has brought me, and just everything that I've done to this point, all my hard work and sacrifices, it's going to pay off. So I just can't wait. I mean, right now it hasn't really hit me yet. I'm just so focused on my fight. I'm focused on Nery, and after then I'll probably let everything just, hit me, and I'll take everything and take a deep breath and just appreciate the moment.
So even having your own dressing room is not going to affect you at all because, as you move up to the main event, you get your own dressing room and you can work out and you have your own team in there. So that doesn't affect you at all whatsoever?
No, at the end of the day, I just got to go out there and fight. And I feel like other amenities that come with, being a main event fighter and a champion. But I just still want to win that belt. Once I win that belt, once I win the unification belt, then I'll feel like, okay, everything is where it's at. I'll feel at place. I feel comfortable. But right now I'm not comfortable. I wanna make sure I go out there and win. And I'm not a person to talk, but I just want to. Maybe after I win, maybe okay, I'll be in a comfortable position for myself that I went out there and won that belt. I just want the WBC. I just want to beat the best, and I feel like that's why the 122-pound division is so exciting, is because the best are fighting the best, and that's what the people want to see, and I feel like that's what boxing needs. Boxing needs more exciting fights. So that's what boxing, I feel like, is kind of going back to these exciting fights and champions fighting champions just to prove who's the best. I'm all for it.
You sound like a throwback fighter. It's crazy because you're 24 years of age, but the way you're talking, you remind me of a throwback fighter.
No, yeah, of course. I feel like that's why a lot of people are more interested in the UFC because, the best are fighting the best over there. And I feel like with boxing, it kind of loses that because there's a lot of managers, promoters and different companies that, won't allow fighters to fight fighters. But at the end of the day, I feel like that's what makes boxing exciting. And that's what I feel like the 122-pound division right now is one of the most exciting divisions. And I just can't wait, to exploit that and just prove that I'm the best one.
So prior to your last fight against Damian Vasquez, you told me here on this show, you said, and I asked you, I go, if you could pick any opponent, you're like, I want Luis Nery. I know our styles match. I want that fight. If he wins and I win, let's make it happen. So with you having that mentality, how important is it for fighters to go out there and tell those that are looking out for them, and I'm sure that they're looking out for your best interests, right? But at the end of the day, if you as a fighter want a fight and you tell your team, no, like, thanks for looking after me, but I want this fight. This is what I want right now. How important is it for fighters to say, hey, to take a little more charge and let the people know around them what they want more and be more vocal with that?
Yes, of course. I'm 24 years old, but at the end of the day, I want to accumulate belts. I want titles, and I just want to fight the best. I feel like that's the only way for me to get better as well. And that definitely has been done so because this training camp, I gave it my all, and that's why I'm in tremendous shape, and I just can't wait to put it all together. But yeah, this is what I want. This is what I've been dreaming. This is what it takes to be the best. If you're not in boxing to dominate and take over divisions and want belts, then I don't know why you're in boxing for, This is something that I've dreamed of and something that I want. And I know if I win, God willing, then Stephen Fulton's next, which is another fight that I've been wanting for a while now. So it's just exciting for me to go out there and do what I love to do against the best. And that's what I want.
The green belt, the WBC Super Bantamweight Championship. You're Mexican. He's Mexican. But what does that belt mean to you? And if you thought about, on Saturday night, and the ring announcer could potentially say, and the new, what would that mean to you?
Oh, man, it would mean everything. It would mean that all my sacrifices that paid off, all my hard work, all my dreams that I've dreamt of since I was 7 has paid off, and I would just be the happiest guy in the world. That's all I want right there is to accumulate belts, beat the best, and not only, but I know Luis Nery is a tough fighter as well. I don't take nothing from him, so that's why I prepared 110% for this fight, and I just want to hear those words and the new, and I just keep playing it over my head and keep envisioning my win over him, and it's just beautiful. It's just it would be a beautiful moment for me and my team and my family, of course.
How big is your reach going to be in this fight? Because you have the reach advantage over him.
I don't know. I don't know what his reach is. But definitely, it is just, I got to use my advantages, my tools that I have. But definitely, I'm not afraid to go in there and mix it up with him. I know I'm a big 122 pounder. I'm a full grown 122 pounder. And I feel like my style is perfect for that. And I just can't wait to go out there and just prove to be the best. That's what my job is.
Do you like the fact, and how pumped are you knowing that you're going to be fighting in front of fans at Dignity Health Sports Park? I'm sure you saw the crowd with Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola. They were quite excited. They're definitely, they get into it, not only with the fights, but with each other sometimes. But have you thought about what that atmosphere is going to be like on Saturday night?
I can just imagine, I can't wait. I mean, that's what makes boxing exciting is the fans, the atmosphere, the fans, rooting for you. And so they root for you so much that they're willing to throw it down against other fans that are rooting for your rival, for their rival. And it's just amazing. And I feel like that's what makes boxing exciting, is these fans giving it their all. They pay their money to go see you. And they give their time and energy to go support you, and I feel like that's what is gonna make it all worth it. If God willing, I come out with my hand raised, and that's what I want.
Your dad has always talked about how hard you train in the gym, constantly preparing yourself for battle. But how difficult was it to not overtrain for Luis Nery? Because knowing you probably trained 7 days a week if you had the opportunity. So how hard was it to make sure you get your rest and to dial it back and peak at the right time?
Just have a great routine, have a really, really great routine, have your time to have recovery therapy, your massages, your cryotherapy, make sure that, your body's at 100%, because if your body's not at 100%, you're not going to perform at 100%. And especially now, that the training has been intensified at another level. Because I'm going against such a tough opponent, I got to make sure that I take care of my body first, and everything else will follow suit. So, yeah, it's just hard work and preparation, and just have a really, really, really awesome routine that works for you.
How many rounds, would you say you sparred for this fight, Brandon?
I want to say, I don't know, I would spar 10 rounds, 30 rounds a week, sometimes 26. It just depended really on how I felt and my training as well. But I mean, I sparred it crazy. I made sure that I was 100% prepared for this fight, and I feel like Saturday night, I'm going to prove that.
So your nickname is the Heartbreaker, but I really look at you as being the Body Breaker, because you have such a strong emphasis on attacking your opponent's body. Where does that come from?
I feel like it's just part of the style that my dad implemented into us. You break the body, the head will fall. I feel like the body is one of the most important, aspects of boxing. I feel like that's where your air is. That's where you get your energy, your air, your lungs. And I feel like if you take that away from a boxer, you take away their legs, you take away their conditioning, and you just break them down slowly by slowly. So I feel like it's something that, in a professional standpoint, it's what's required. If you want to take out these guys that come in and have great conditioning, or guys that move around a lot, you want to make sure that you break them down to the body first, and later in the rounds you're not gonna have gas or air to be able to beat you.
Do you also like the fact, Brandon, that if you're successful on Saturday, your next fight's already lined up, because Stephen Fulton is going to be there September 11th. The next fight is lined up for the winner of this fight to take on Fulton in a unification matchup at 122 pounds. Both fights will be on Showtime Championship Boxing. But is that nice for you? I know you're focused on Eddie, but if you win on Saturday, you're back on September 11th, and you're going to go ahead and unify the division with Stephen Fulton.
Yes, that's what I want. That's something that I never got the privilege of knowing my opponent. Usually I would know my opponent like a month, 2 months, maybe even 3 weeks before my fight. So now everything's lined up. I can't wait. And I've been wanting to fight Stephen Fulton for the longest time. I'm not afraid of anyone. I never said no to any of my fights. Every fight that has been presented to me, I always said yes. And that's what my job is I train hard and I fight hard and I fight anyone, and that's what makes these exciting fights, and that's what makes me an exciting fighter, and that's what makes me a better fighter as well. So I just can't wait. Honestly, I'm just so excited for if everything goes my way this Saturday, then Stephen Fulton's next, and I just can't wait for that as well.
How long do you expect to be here at 122? You're 24 years of age, but is making weight no problem with you? How long do you think you'll be here in this division?
I don't know. I mean, it just depends how much I want to be in this division. If everything goes well this night and everything goes well with Stephen Fulton, then I don't know.
Maybe go up to 26 next year sometime, maybe?
Maybe next year I'll be fighting at 126. Maybe I'll do one more fight at 122. But I feel like it's time for me, if I accumulate these 2 titles, then I'll move up to 126.
Final few questions with you, Brandon. We appreciate the time, but what can fans expect on Saturday night? If they're not there, I can't wait to be there. But if they're at home watching Showtime Championship Boxing, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time, PBC on Showtime, promoted by TGB Promotions, what can the fans expect between you and Luis Nery?
Just an all-out Mexican exciting war. People, I'm pretty sure it will be fight of the night, fight of the year. It just depends on how well Luis Nery comes prepared and how he comes to fight me. But I'm definitely going to take the fight to him. And it's just going to be an exciting night of boxing. I just can't wait. I really can't wait. If I can't wait for myself, I can just imagine what the fans are going to want and expect. So it's just I just want to go in there and give it my all, which I always do every fight. But this fight is going to be different. I just feel in another level of my training, all my hard work, my sacrifices is going to pay off. So it's just stay tuned, because it's gonna be one of those fights that you guys are not going to want to miss. So thank you guys for supporting and tuning in. I can't wait.
I've never heard you this excited ever about a fight in my life, and I've known you probably for 6-7 years. Is that fair to say that this is the most excited you've ever been heading into a fight?
Yes, of course. I mean, I feel like everything's on the line. I feel like this is the moments that I've been waiting for. This is the fights that I've been waiting for, and not only that, but I'm headlining, and against an opponent like Luis Nery of his caliber is just amazing. It's just really, really amazing for me.
It's going to be an incredible fight, Brandon. Good luck. Look forward to seeing you this weekend.